you played for some tremendous managers over your career, and one of those was Kevin Keegan. What's your
Yeah.
greatest memory of him?
I thought, well, certainly the one that kind of jumps out first is my first conversation with him. Once that bid was accepted, I grew up idolizing Kevin Keegan, and in those Liverpool days, I remember Ray Clements and Joe Corrigan and Kevin Keegan and his role with those ultra successful Liverpool teams. And then all of a sudden, I've got Kevin Keegan on the other line, saying he wants to sign me for Newcastle, and going there and meeting him and interacting with him in the way that players and managers do. I thought was surreal. As much as it was part of my daily routine now, there was still this kind of element of fairy tale about it. But he was, I thought, for as good a player he was, he was an incredible man manager to everybody as well, and was able to relate. And I think that's something that a lot of great, not all, let me just say, not all great players can do, because the game comes as easily to the greats. They sometimes don't make very good man managers in understanding that not everything comes, as simply to everybody else. But I thought he was able to do that, as did Kenny Dalglish, saying that. Kenny's another of those Liverpool greats who played under at Newcastle, and equally, I thoroughly enjoyed all my time under Kenny Dalglish.
Yeah, and it's funny because you was in that Newcastle team. It didn't at times seem to almost want to defend. So as a goalkeeper, you was brought into action a
Yeah,
lot in that Newcastle team. Was that something that you enjoyed?
I was fine with it. Kevin Keegan said coming in, he's like, listen, we're not going to keep a whole lot of clean sheets. We're an attacking team, and just kind of be prepared for that. And to be honest, I'm totally fine with it. As long as I play my part for the team, as long as we continue winning, it doesn't matter to me, what the stat sheet looks
Yeah.
like otherwise, as long as the team continues to be successful. And it was. And for most of that season. And while, it ended disappointingly, because of that gap that we were able to establish, finishing second isn't that bad, and as I say, well, it felt like a gut punch. Looking back on it, it's something that we can be proud of. I finished second
Sure.
2 seasons running to two very good Manchester United teams that still people argue is, or certainly now with Manchester City, people feel is the best team that the Premier League has seen. So looking back, yeah, again, I'm quietly proud of it. Promised a whole lot more, but it's fine.